Picture this. You've spent years being called a nobody, a clout chaser, and worse. The entire internet has convinced itself you're obsessed with your husband's ex. Then you finally land your dream Vogue cover, the ultimate validation that you've made it. But instead of celebrating your moment, your own husband decides to hijack your spotlight with a confession that he once told you this day would never come. That's exactly what happened to Hailey Bieber. And somehow Justin's emotional damage control accidentally did something incredible. It made people finally see her as the victim instead of the villain. But here's where it gets really twisted. While Justin was busy sabotaging her Vogue moment, Hailey was quietly orchestrating the ultimate revenge plot. A billion-dollar empire that would silence every single person who ever called her irrelevant. You have to be a special kind of clueless to turn your wife's biggest career milestone into a therapy session about your own toxic behavior. But that's exactly what Justin Bieber did when Hailey graced the cover of Vogue. For months, the internet had been absolutely brutal to her. Every move she made was dissected. Every photo was compared to Selena. Every business decision was called calculated. Then came her Vogue cover. Stunning, elegant, finally getting the recognition she deserved. This should have been her moment to shine. Instead, Justin posted the cover with a caption that literally nobody asked for. He wrote about a fight where he told Hailey she'd never be on the cover of Vogue. He called himself mean, talked about getting even, and basically reminded millions of people that he once crushed his wife's dreams on her biggest day. But here's the thing that's absolutely wild. It worked in her favor. For the first time in years, people weren't calling Hailey the villain. They were calling Justin toxic. Comments were flooding in about how she deserved better, how he was emotionally manipulative. In trying to show growth and accountability, Justin accidentally painted himself as the problem, and Hailey as the long-suffering wife. The man literally fumbled so hard that he fixed his wife's reputation by accident. After getting dragged by literally everyone, he changed his caption to 4 emojis. Even his damage control was chaotic. But while everyone was focused on Justin's social media disaster, they missed the real story. The timing of everything that happened next wasn't coincidence. It was calculated revenge years in the making. While the internet was busy analyzing Justin's emotional intelligence, Hailey was about to drop the biggest bombshell of 2025. e.l.f. Beauty announced they were acquiring Rhode in a massive $1 billion deal. $800 million upfront, plus $200 million in performance bonuses. Let that sink in. The woman everyone called a nobody just secured a $1 billion exit. This wasn't some desperate cash grab either. Rhode had doubled its consumer base and hit $212 million in sales, making it one of the fastest-growing beauty brands in recent history. While people were calling her irrelevant, she was building an empire. While they were saying she had no talent beyond marrying Justin, she was creating products that millions of people actually wanted to buy. The timing is what makes this absolutely perfect. Just as the Vogue drama was exploding, just as people were finally seeing her differently, she drops news that validates everything she's been trying to prove. She's not just Justin Bieber's wife. She's a legitimate businesswoman who built something worth $1 billion from scratch. What makes this even more satisfying is how it completely destroys the narrative that she's only successful because of Justin. This deal happened because of her vision, her work, her ability to connect with consumers. Justin didn't build Rhode, Hailey did. And now, she's got the $1 billion validation to prove it. Right as Hailey's Vogue cover was going viral and the Rhode acquisition was being announced, guess who suddenly decided to show support? Selena Gomez posted a quote on her story that read, "You matter. Your voice matters. Your heart matters." She captioned it, "You know who you are, and I'm cheering you on." The timing is absolutely suspicious. For years, Selena had been playing this game of plausible deniability, never directly attacking Hailey but always managing to stir up drama at the most convenient moments. But this time felt different. This felt like damage control. What's even more telling is what happened with the Sephora situation. For months, there were reports that Rhode's partnership with Sephora was being blocked by another celebrity brand. Industry insiders were whispering that Selena's Rare Beauty was behind the delays. Then, right after the e.l.f. acquisition was announced and Rhode was confirmed for Sephora, Selena liked the announcement post and suddenly started posting supportive messages. But here's where Selena's strategy backfired. After posting her supportive message, she immediately followed up with posts about how unbothered she was. If you're really unbothered, why are you working so hard to prove it? Then she went into full damage control mode, reposting old videos with Ariana Grande about women supporting women, sharing Taylor Swift content. She was basically trying to activate every major fan base to defend her. The most ridiculous part was when Rare Beauty posted "Still Here" after the Rhode acquisition news, implying that unlike Hailey, Selena still owned her brand. But that backfired spectacularly, because business acquisitions are actually signs of success, not failure. After getting dragged on Twitter, they deleted the tweet. For years, the internet has been absolutely convinced that Hailey Bieber is obsessed with Selena Gomez. Entire documentaries were made, calling her a stalker. But what if the whole story was backwards? In her Vogue interview, Hailey finally addressed the elephant in the room. She revealed that someone has literally been paying creators to keep hate campaigns alive against her. This isn't just organic internet drama. This is coordinated, funded harassment. Think about that for a second. Someone cared enough about destroying Hailey's reputation that they were willing to pay money for it. The most telling moment was when Hailey trolled the stalker allegations in her Vogue video, jokingly talking about using accounts for surfing anonymously, commenting, stalking, viewing girls' pages. She even made a joke about getting a potion from a witch to make a young Canadian pop star fall in love with her. Instead of being defensive, she leaned into the absurdity of it all. What Hailey's response showed is that she's finally stopped trying to convince people who have already made up their minds. She said it perfectly in Vogue. "I've been in a position where I've tried to tell my side of a story or correct a narrative, and then they go, well, she's lying." Imagine how trapping that feels. The real stalker story isn't about Hailey being obsessed with Selena. It's about someone caring so much about Hailey's failure that they funded hate campaigns. And now that she's got a billion-dollar deal, suddenly the stalker narrative is falling apart. While Hailey was building her empire, Justin was reportedly falling apart behind the scenes. The Justice Tour cancellation in 2022 wasn't just about his health, it was about money. Sources revealed that pulling out of that tour cost him millions in penalties and lost revenue. There are reports of a complete fallout with his management team and serious financial pressure. Every outlet is suddenly running stories about Justin being unhinged or spiraling, based on his recent social media posts. They're painting him as someone who's lost touch with reality. The problem is, anyone who's followed Justin for years knows this isn't new behavior. But now the media is acting like this is some dramatic personality shift. What's particularly cruel is how his struggles are being used to attack Hailey. Every story about Justin spiraling includes speculation about their marriage, about whether she's going to leave him. They're literally using his mental health struggles as content for relationship drama. What makes the timing of all these attacks even more disgusting is that they happened while Hailey was going through postpartum recovery. In her Vogue interview, she opened up about 18 hours of labor with no epidural, followed by a postpartum hemorrhage that was genuinely life-threatening. The body dysmorphia she experienced was severe. She admitted to feelings of self-hatred, struggling with her body not bouncing back. That what made it worse was actively seeking out hateful comments about herself, then spiraling from reading the hate. The cruelest part was the timing of the divorce rumors. Just as she was learning to be a mother, outlets were running constant stories about her marriage being in crisis. She addressed this directly in Vogue, saying, "Being postpartum is the most sensitive time I've ever gone through in my life. And to be doing that all the while going on the internet every day and people being like, they're getting divorced, it is such a mind F." What's incredible is that she survived it. While dealing with postpartum depression and coordinated hate campaigns, she was also building a billion-dollar business. The strength that required is actually superhuman. Looking back at everything that's happened, it's clear that Hailey's been playing a much longer game than anyone realized. The billion-dollar Rhode deal wasn't just a business success. It was the ultimate revenge against everyone who ever doubted her. By building Rhode into something valuable enough for a billion-dollar acquisition, Hailey proved she could succeed independently of Justin. She didn't need his fame, his connections, or his money. She did it on her own merit, despite constant attacks. The woman they called a gold digger just proved she could make her own gold. The woman they called talentless just demonstrated business skills that impressed a billion-dollar corporation. The woman they called obsessed just showed she was focused on building something meaningful, while everyone else was focused on tearing her down. This isn't just a comeback story. It's a masterclass in how to handle coordinated attacks. Instead of engaging with every critic, Hailey just kept building. She kept working until her success became undeniable. The hate campaigns that were supposed to destroy her career ended up motivating her to build something even bigger. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even, it's getting ahead. And Hailey Bieber just lapped everyone who ever doubted her. The woman they tried to destroy just became untouchable. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. We hope to see you again soon.